Yo, 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 I'm kyleprecise. This is the final stage of the Mega Man 3 Buster Only Tournament. You will be seeing the entire game today. Well, if everything goes well. And I am joined today by our number one seed. What's your name again?
My name is KLM11.
KLM1187. He's a little quiet, so I'm going to turn him up so you can hear him. But these two racers, Tired Monkey and Tom, as we call him in the Discord, tlyman630, they are raring to go. So I want to get them started, and then we will adjust the volume level on our friend KLM.
Yeah, I mean, this should be a really good match. I mean, Tom has putting a ton of work in, but Red Monkey, I call him Red Monkey because I can't read anybody's names. He had just tied Chrissy for number 3 in the world in this category, so shout outs to both of these guys. It should be a good one.
Yeah, so I am quitting the race room, and in 10 seconds, in like, actual internet time, in 10 seconds, our runners will be beginning. Let me see if I can grab audio from one of them. That should work. Thanks, Monkey. And yeah, if anybody knows where Mazimov is, that guy, he's, we love Mazimov. He overcommits himself sometime, but he was supposed to help with commentary today. If anybody knows where he is and wants to give him a little push, feel free to do that. We'd love to have him in a booth. We'll keep a seat open for him.
Who commits to do a commentary and then backs out in the last second?
Otherwise, KLM and I will handle it. We can do that. But I wanted Mazimov to show off just so I would have somebody to say, "Wow, you guys do that? That's incredible. How do you do all that?" He was supposed to be the straight man.
He's supposed to be the hype man. Yeah. All right, so we got two different paths here. We got Tom going through Shadow, Tired Monkey's going through Gemini.
Yep. Shadow Man, a good start for a reset run, an RTA attempt, because you want to go very fast through this parachute section, and sometimes you die doing that, and then you can just reset.
Yeah, not only that, but the Shadow fight, Shadow Man fight itself is one of the harder ones.
Meanwhile, over on the Gemini stage, thanks Skirt McGirt for the tip on the mix. Meanwhile, over on the Gemini stage, you can get 1 or 2 E-tanks right out of the gate. Get those packed up, or maybe if you're new, and neither of these guys is new, you want to go through the stage a few times to get 4 or 6 or 8 E-tanks, and so you want to do that right out of the gate. Is this that Shadow fight you were talking about?
Yeah. So the Shadow fight, he will in the beginning he'll jump twice, and then what he's going to do is either throw a Shadow Blade or he's going to slide at you, and it's completely random. Not only the height that he jumps, but whether he's going to do the slide or throw the Shadow Blade. So it's a completely random fight.
And I was over looking at Monkey's stream, seeing that he did not grab both E-tanks in Gemini. He only grabbed the one that did not require a death. Was that an intentional death by? I've got my streams crossed. Was that an intentional death by Tom? Because it looked like he just kind of, or was it? It started out like it wasn't going to be an intentional death, and then he made it intentional.
It might have been. I didn't see the first part of that first fight there, but either way, he is through. Pretty decent time. So it looks like he's going to be going to Gemini next. So we got a reverse order here. Monkey's going to go into Shadow. Tom's going to go into Gemini here.
Okay, so that makes more sense that Tired Monkey would skip that E-tank down on the ground. I thought that was Tom skipping the E-tank, and I was worried, because what's going to happen is our runners are going to get to the dock stages, which are the hardest stages in the game, regardless of whether you're playing Buster only or any percent. They're going to get to the dock stages, and there are no E-tanks available in the dock stages. So they have to pack their lunch here in the 8 robots.
All right. Alright, so T1redMonkey gets a pretty decent Proto-Man fight there. Tom is going through one of the more difficult screens in the game, this first screen of Gemini Man stage. Oh! Yeah. It's an unfortunate death there, pretty much towards the end.
Yep.
Right on cue.
It's a rough one.
Yeah.
Even without a commentator jinxing you.
It's tough because, I mean, this first screen... Oh, there's another one. That's not good. The screen's very tough, but it pretty much encapsulates everything of what this game and what this run is about. It's all movement, sliding, mashing, and not falling in the pit. So, we'll see how he does this time around.
Great. So, like got in the chat pointing out that we had a game over there from Tom. I wonder, again, it didn't look intentional, but it's good strategy to take that game over. Starting Gemini stage with 0 lives is a pretty scary plan. Now he's got full lives, so he can take a death either in the underwater section or to Gemini Man himself.
Oh, interesting strategy there. He gets the proto skip, but goes right to pick up that.
Wait, did he? I was watching this Shadow Man fight that Monkey just executed very cleanly.
Yeah.
Did Tom grab the health?
No. He did the proto skip, and he hung all the way to the left, and he grabbed that extra guy that hangs on the ledge there.
Oh, sick! Okay, so now he's got 3 lives.
That's interesting. I actually, I kind of like that. It's pretty smart.
Yeah, so there's certain items in this game. Another one would be the little health pickups in Magnet stage that you fall into the next screen, and if you're accelerating too rapidly, you can't push to the left or right to grab them. So that 1-up, I think it falls into that category. So he's worked on that, just as he's worked on grabbing that E-tank and then DTFO as quickly as possible. Very nice. Tom knows what he's doing there, and I wholeheartedly endorse grabbing that extra E-tank, because who knows what's going to happen in the dock stages.
Yeah, absolutely. Another guy there too. He's looking pretty good in that department. Yeah, and I remember my first run through. I went through Gemini stage 3 times to grab 6 E-tanks, I think it was. Just to make sure.
I went through it 4 times to get 8 E-tanks.
And you know what? I needed them, so it's tough. And it's like you said earlier, there's no E-tanks to pick up after the 8 robos, it's not a bad idea.
Okay, Tom getting that elusive first shot on Gemini, and now he's using a strat I've seen Light God do, where I saw him use it on the very first cycle, where he gets 2 shots on one side of Gemini Man. So he shoots the right Gemini Man twice before shooting the one on the left.
Yeah.
We have yet to see anybody completely master the fast Gemini fight, where you just spaz back and forth,
I'm working
dealing
on it.
damage to each one. You're working on it? Very good. I'm casually working on it. Let's see if T1redMonkey can make it through this snake screen.
Yeah, let's be very quiet while Monkey goes through probably the most difficult part of the run. From what we've seen, he gets through pretty well. That was actually really good.
Dang, he jumps over that last bullet.
Swag. I love it.
Wow, very nice, very nice. Tom keeping it close though. I mean, and he's got the extra E-tank. Whew.
Alright, so Monkey's getting a pretty good fight here. Alright, he's done.
Well done. So Monkey is the heavy favorite to win today. He has a best time of 48, along with Tom's best time of, I can never remember if it's a 50, I think it's a 56, but
56,
it could be 55.
yeah.
56. So 8 minutes separate them. The winner gets the dubious honor of playing against KLM in the second round.
Yes.
So this is a pretty important game to win, because if you lose this one, unless KLM like doesn't eat his Wheaties that morning.
Hey, like I said, I mean, anything can happen. There are deaths ranging from 30 seconds to all the way up to 2 minutes, so anything can really happen in this run, so.
Let me put that another way. This is a must-win for Tom. Monkey and KLM aren't so far apart in their times, and that race is... I think we're going to make that one pay-per-view, okay? I think I'm going to have to go affiliate for that. And you're going to have to donate a minimum number of bits, and we're going to put the stream in 37 bits minimum only mode. So only people who donate, like, what is that, 2 cents, can watch that awesome race. And just look at this quality of deboosting from Tired Monkey there. Okay, it was kind of good. The first one was good.
I noticed, yeah.
So yes, if Tired Monkey wins this and races KLM, you want to see that race. If Tom wins this... Or, I'm sorry. I need to stop talking. We have a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. The winner fights KLM. Tom needs to win. Let's just keep it simple.
Tom needs to win. Yeah.
Or does Tom not need to win? Because if Tom loses, then he doesn't have to. He plays somebody else.
Right. You never not want to win. I don't know,
guys. Look. To anybody listening, there's 5 whole people in this final stage.
Reason,
it's a lot to keep track of.
All right, shout outs to Monkey here. He had a huge gold split there on Snake. It was a really good stage, and this needle stage. Yeah, there you go. That was really good.
Beautiful needle fight. I wouldn't be surprised if he watched some of Light God's video for that myself.
That's one thing that I will make sure that I do before my next race as well. I'm fresh on the Light God video.
Oh yeah, and you said he's got some solid golds, but also, what's this guy's name? Monkey. He is on PB pace, so that's cool. Tom, gonna kill this Stomper. Yeah.
I love that strat.
Vintage Tom.
Yeah, vintage Tom. That's right. We'll see how he does with this needle fight here. The needle fight is, it's all RNG based as to what he's going to do as well. So it's one of the reasons why we'll do this stage early in the run for reset purposes. But see how Tom does with this fight.
Nice. Tom's gonna make it.
Yep.
Oh!
Good manipulation on the needle.
Did you see Needle Man throw his head? Oh my gosh, it could have been a double KO.
Could have been. He was far. He was just like a pixel far enough away. It was close.
Yeah, like Needle Man's head. Light God says it's called the needle press. Light God knows the official names of everything.
Okay.
It looks really scary, but it actually does not travel very far.
I have a different term for it, but we'll save that for...
This stream has entered 18 plus mode. Yeah, I can only imagine what name you have for it.
Anyways, so Monkey's on the spark fight here. The only element of RNG you have here is where he's going to land. You kind of want him to land as soon as possible so you can land as many hits. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good fight.
I think there's an electricity joke there. The only element. Isn't that a name for the little pins that stick out of his hands? Can't you call those elements?
I'm sure you could.
Thanks, man.
Sure.
So, Tom despawned those bees pretty well. Tired Monkey is the master of despawns, so we'll have to see how he handles that.
Yeah, he is on a very good pace right now.
When Tired Monkey was learning the game, he actually invented some despawns that he doesn't use anymore because they're slow. One in Shadow Man stage, he despawned the first shoe after the Dark Room.
Okay.
And then he stopped doing that, but that was his thing.
Interesting.
Always nice to see a runner innovate with stuff, because, like, I guess there's two ways to learn a game. One, you could just try and mimic everything in a tutorial.
Right.
But I don't do games like that. I get as good as I can, and if there's a part I can't get, then I will learn how to do that part. But in general, I like to just try and solve the puzzles myself at first.
Right. And that's exactly, you have your two standard people. Your people who are your strat finders, love to find ways to do it quicker, easier. And then you have your strat executors, I guess, the ones that will take the strats that are there and basically perfect them. So, I mean, those are, from what I've seen, anyways, those are your two typical like speedrunners. See, now I personally am strat copier. Like, I will see something done, and I'll be like, okay, that's what I'm going to do from now on.
Yeah, but you have a very high DPI copier.
Yes.
Your copies, and sometimes the copies actually look better than the originals. But yeah, it's meant to be. The hobby is meant to be fun, guys. I know you can't tell that always from watching our salty PB attempts, but it's meant to be fun, and I think for most of us, it's a lot of fun to just, when you get into a game, try and come up with your own solutions to things. And so it's fun to watch new runners with their idiosyncrasies as tlyman630 gets a nice 3-cycle top.
Yes, very nice. But even for like people who have been running the game for a while, to watch a new runner, to see them do something that you've never seen before, it provides some insight as well, because sometimes it could be something that you could even implement into your own thing. Like, it's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that, and that actually might be faster. So it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Wow. Tom gets a really nice snake. He gets 12 shots into its hitbox. Of course, only the first 10 count because then it's dead. But here are the expert B despawns I was talking about from Monkey. He's got this down to a science.
Okay. I'm still convinced there's a faster way to...
Oh, you know there's a faster way to do it.
Yeah.
But for me, at least, the faster way only works about 9 times out of 10, and or 1 time out of 10, and the other 9 times it's way slower because I end up with 10 Bs on the screen. Yeah, you can actually outrun the first 2 Bs and then position yourself so that the last B drops its load in a place where you can evade it easily. Easily.
That's right. Alright, so Monkey getting past the monkey. So. Right.
We'll have to wait for Jaspix to incorporate that into his run. It's a swag strat. It saves 1 second.
Hey, 1 second is a lot of time in this run. So. Alright, so Tom's coming up to the scary part of this run. The reason why this part is so scary, and we've mentioned it before, but if you come from the any % background, you've never done these platforms before. You just take Rush Jet and fly over this every time. And these cloud platforms do have some janky hitboxes where sometimes it'll just push you right off the edge. Tom, he gets through, so shout out to him. If you can get through that part without dying, then it's successful. It doesn't really matter how long it takes, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. Because it takes a long time to recover from a death. You get sent back very far.
There is, what, 45 seconds? 45 seconds, probably?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
And then you feel even more pressure to get through there.
Yeah.
The second time around. Yeah, and there was one bullet that was about to hit him in the face over on the single block section, and he was standing a little far to the left, so he might have gotten knocked off, but he jumped over it.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that can kill you on that screen, so he gets a good...
Meanwhile, Tom is the king of the hill.
Yeah. It's a good fight there. Monkey as well. So Monkey's coming into his last Robot Master here. He's on really good pace.
Yeah, so I'd say he's about 2.5 minutes ahead. A little bit more than that, maybe 2:45, because he's just the top man stage ahead.
So yeah. It's about 2 minutes. A little over 2 minutes.
Turn off your phone, Kalen. Put your phone on vibrate.
I got you.
You just feel the Proto Man in your pocket. Oh, and actually, KLM, you know what I need to do is head over to your stream real quick. Because I need to type something into your chat.
Oh.
So I'm ready for the next stage.
Go for it. Oh. Alright, so I just got a message from our... Maybe joining us any second. Alright, so Tom's coming to the end of top main stage, Monkey's coming to the end of Magnet main stage. Let's see if he's not going to go for that top jump. Okay, so he's in safely. We'll see if Tom can get the 3-cycle fight, and we'll see what kind of RNG Monkey gets on this Magnet Man fight.
Oh, my heart sank for a moment there. I heard the death music, and I saw Magnet Man jumping around, and I thought... You know what I thought?
Alright, Tired Monkey in with a 20:31 8 Robot Master time. That is very solid.
Very solid. And you know what comes after the 8 Robot Masters? Are you watching my stream, or are you watching the multi-Twitch, KLM?
I am on the multi-Twitch.
Okay, very good. Well, for anybody watching my stream, check this thing out that I threw together like 10 minutes before race time. It's gonna blow your mind.
Switch over.
Alright, here we go. Here we go. Yeah! Did you know that after you fight the 8 Robot Masters, you have to fight 8 more Robot Masters from Mega Man 2?
Oh, I see what you did there. Alright. Right on. Let's go.
Oh, but I'm forgetting about the most important thing. Don't let Magnet Man stage pass you by. Alright, here we go. Magnet Man, he has a magnet plan. He'll smack you with the back of his magnet hand. His stage is filled up with Yoku blocks. His weapon is quite unorthodox. First you jump over pits, then you dish out the hits until your brother quits. Jump through the floor which splits, kill all the springy guys and all the walking eyes. Don't get demoralized, be sure to chain your slides. He attracts you, pulls you close, damage boost, then shoot him, he'll be toast, or he'll just jump and you'll get the slow pattern.
Bravo.
Shoutouts to Bass Guitar Bill.
Shoutouts to Bass Guitar Bill.
Whew.
Very nice.
Meanwhile, Tired Monkey doing an expert job of the hardest fight in the whole freaking game. IMHO. Well done.
Alright, so he's got a pretty low health here. Let's see if he takes an intentional death here in this pit. Yep, there he goes. The reason being is you have to damage boost across the next screen. If you don't have enough health there to make it through, then you're better off just taking the death quickly, refill your health so you can get through. And we'll see him go through this part right now.
So, congrats to Tom for making it through the 8 robots with a perfectly respectable time, considering the length of this run. He will definitely have a shot to... What am I saying here? He will definitely have a shot to catch up.
All right. Interesting. He had.
Wow, another expert intentional death from Monkey. He had a lot of health though. That was very, very safe.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, he did have there. Maybe he doesn't know of a way to do the fight without taking too much damage, which is what my thought was. But or maybe he just had an extra guy that he just didn't mind to burn there. Or maybe he is aware. I know he said he doesn't really keep anything open when he's racing, but maybe he is aware as to how ahead he is. I don't know. But either way, I mean, I guess it's not going to affect him too much. I just thought he could have finished that fight with the amount of health that he had.
Yeah. At least he knew how many lives he had, because if he had game overed there, he would have felt like a schmuck. Anyway, let's watch this wood fight. Nice bubble fight. Let's watch this wood fight. Tell us what's happening, KLM.
Alright, so this particular fight, you want to stand on the wall and see, just as you do there, you can jump over his leaf shield. Shield does a lot to 6? Is it 4 or 6? I can't remember.
The leaf shield that, he throws at you does 8. The one
8.
from the sky does 4.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, you can see right there, that leaf shield took away all of his health, and he's back to all the way to the beginning of the stage. Good news is he didn't use an E-tank there, so he didn't.
Yeah.
He still has his E-tank to use, but it's a very costly death, as you can see.
Yeah, meanwhile, tlyman630 taking a couple deaths of his own just to go into Shadow Man stage with full lives. If you do use an E-tank in the Woodman fight, then you have to make sure that you don't die in the next part of the stage. Because you obviously don't get that E-tank back. Whoa, Tom doing a really weird spike hug there. Like he was trying to do the music despawn on the very first screen. It can be done.
He might. Did he get it?
No, we're actually listening to his audio.
I don't have the sound up, so.
I'm actually listening to his audio, and yeah, we actually get to hear the Shadow Man theme. Alright, so let's see if tlyman630 is an expert. Let's see if he goes for the Prizzy buffer jumps, or maybe he goes for the kyleprecise pause and reconfigure while the leaves go under you, or maybe he'll just get hit in the face for 8 damage by some leaves, but he's got an E-tank, so he's good. Oh, that was beautiful until he took the damage. Ooh,
he took a lot of damage there. I'm kind of worried about where he's at here, because he might have to, depending. Oh, okay, that's a good jump. Depending on how he does the rest of the fight, I hope he doesn't have to use another E-tank here. He's doing pretty good here. He should be fine.
Okay, good. He does the jump in between. Now he gets onto the other side, and he stands in this safe spot, so he doesn't have to worry about anything. If you wait for the shield to form and then slide through Woodman, the shield won't. He'll face the direction you want him to. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Very nice, very nice. Health is very nice too. Now he just needs to make it through this sliding section.
Yeah, this section still confuses me. I don't know if the real proper way to get through this fast. I just make up.
Did Tom use an E-tank?
I didn't see him use an E-tank.
He had a...
Oh, there he goes.
Okay, so...
He
had to get one hit. As you can see, he would have been safe. But sometimes I've seen this happen to people. They throw that shot for the final shot on Woodman, and he jumps. And so the shot goes under him, and the leaves hit you, and you're dead.
Yeah.
So Tom playing it very safe there. I wonder if he used both of his E-tanks in that fight.
He had 3 when he opened the menu, so I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Wow. That was a very lopsided fight then.
Yeah.
He had a really good start and then a rough finish. Alright, so tlyman630, he knows something about getting double hits on Heatman. If you hit him at just the right time, he doesn't get his flame up, and you can shoot him twice on one cycle.
Yeah, I don't know like the proper way to explain it. I think you want to hit him like the frame before he his full sprite generates. And that way you're able to get 2 hits in on him. He's doing a pretty good job. Still likes though. He's only missed a few. There you go.
Whew.
And just like in any percent, it is faster to kill these guys in the middle of the screen because the victory fanfare doesn't start until all the orbs clear the screen, and they clear faster when the boss is killed in the center of the screen. So
E-tank, E-tank, E-tank.
I think the checkpoint's right here. Yep. So. It's a long fight though, so taking a death there is it's a dicey decision. He did have an extra E-tank, but if he feels that he needs it elsewhere, then
all right, let's make sure Monkey doesn't cheat here.
He's going true blue.
True blue. Right, so it is completely within the rules of the Buster only category to just keep Rush out for this entire 3-screen experience, but he does not keep it out for the second screen, which is what Fasta would do. I mean, he does what Fasta would do, true blue, and he even switches back to blue before going onto the hedgehog screen. So, well done. The Buster only hipsters approve.
Yes, absolutely.
They stroke their beards and nod their heads.
Yes. Alright.
Meanwhile, somewhere, Barn Owl doesn't really care. It's like, do whatever. It's still Buster.
Alright, so he's gonna...
It's a different color.
Again, one of the only other screens where you need to use one of the Rush adapters for this, pretty much this whole screen here. There is no other way around it. I guess you could make the argument of switching back to Buster on each one of those platforms, but it seems a little. It seems a little too much. I've gotten that in my chat before, talking about True Blue, so I'd bring it up, but it seems a little unnecessary.
Did you see Tom's strat for that first screen of Doc Spark?
No, I missed it. I was watching Monkeys.
He just stood in the corner and waited for the eyeball to walk off the top and then killed it before making the jump. That's smart. That is not a bad strat.
Alright. Good work, Big Mets. Interesting, it takes damage to get through that part. Alright, so now we got Doc Metal here, which is a complete rhythm fight as far as I've seen. The reason I said that, you have to time your shots and your jumps in order to land the shots correctly and to manipulate these metal blades before getting hit. So it's a very precise fight, and it's basically all timing from what I've seen. Wouldn't you agree?
Okay, the robot tracker was a little broken, but I have fixed it now, and you can see that Doc Flash is back. This is the first race that we've had the whole race, so I was a little bit confused with the Doc Robot's tracker, but look, tlyman630 takes a second death, his first unintentional death. Actually, that's not true. He has 3 deaths now because he took 2 intentional deaths in Doc Gemini. So that's his first unintentional death.
Alright, so Tom is at Doc quick. He's going to try to land a couple of shots before he uses his E. You better be careful though, if you body shot, you better use it now.
And you also got to wonder how many lives you've got.
I wonder if he was just trying to do the fight without E-Tank, or if he just didn't. I don't know. I think he should have used one there, either way, but... well, now he has full health going into this fight, so he should be fine. I don't know, how much damage does his body, Doc Quick's body do?
8.
Is this an 8 as well, and the boomerangs do 2?
Right.
Yeah.
So when you're new at this and you're not confident that you can evade his body, I always use it as a benchmark. I needed to get him below half health before I use an E-Tank.
Yeah.
You have to set parameters like that for yourself, or you're going to use your E-Tanks and not win the fights that you use them in, and then you're out an E-Tank. There's not much margin for error unless you grabbed a whole bunch of E-Tanks in Gemini, which neither runner did.
No.
Nice job, Tom.
Yeah.
Although Tom, I will point this out. Tom did take the 30-second time loss to grab the extra E-Tank in Gemini stage.
And now he has one left here to use where he needs it, if he needs it. So Monkey had a really good Doc Metal fight, so he's coming up to Doc Quick very shortly here. We'll see how he does. Tom takes an intentional game over here to refill his life count going into Doc Gemini. Very smart.
Nice.
Good awareness.
Yeah, I did a run today, and I think I'm not going in the races. I'm going to adjust my Doc order based on how many lives I have coming out of 8 robots. I don't think it's a good strategy to always go in the same order.
That makes sense. I can see the logic behind it.
Oh! Okay, so that's no E-Tanks now for Monkey. He needs to win this fight. I mean, it looks like he has 3 E-Tanks because I can't run a tracker. But...
Nope, he didn't use his last one. He should be okay here. But, you know, yeah, he's good. Okay, good job.
Nice. Good finish. And he's out of the Doc robots, and there is an E-Tank waiting for him in first stage of Wily 1.
Yep.
Well, first stage of Wily. He is no longer on PB pace. He is, however, within a minute of his PB. So if he plays to his PB from here on out, he will get a 49.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tom getting a nice 1-up. That's very nice.
I mean, it's pretty safe to say that anything sub 50 is probably going to win you any match in this tournament. So, he's still on really good pace here. So we'll see how Tom handles Doc Flash. He's getting some good jumps over him. I think he's avoiding the bullets too. He's getting really good looking fight here. It's a little slow, but you know, if you can do the fight a little slower in order to make sure you have enough health to get through the damage boost part without taking a death, I mean, it certainly seems to be worth it. But he took a couple hits here, so he's going to have to take the intentional death anyways.
He's really good at jumping over Doc Flash.
Yeah, looked really good.
I mean, I'm not going to praise him too heavily since he's playing on, you know, the beginner version of Mega Man 3 with the one pellet that Flashman shoots. But still very nice. I think, and I'm not being a jerk here. It's only going to take 2 more. I think we're going to see double-digit deaths. That was almost one right there.
That was
that
really
fish.
Close. Wow.
Oh dear.
All right, let's see if Monkey's gonna fly over. He's
Tom. Don't kill your D-boost. Oh. 2 fishes. 2 fishes.
Oh no. That's really unfortunate.
Is that a ghost fish? It just floated through the floor.
I don't know, but he just missed it too, so he's gonna have to try this part again. He was really close to that.
Well, at least we got to see ghost fish.
Okay, yes.
At least the game's being nice to him now.
Alright, he should be fine. Yeah, okay. Alright, now Monkey is turtles here. That last one is really hard to time your shots on because it goes so quickly, but he does a good job there.
Alright, here comes the best part of Buster Only on Monkey's screen.
Having a little trouble with the first set of... Now you want to use the bees as your... goes with the 2B strat here, which is pretty standard. Alright. So this fight, you do come, the Yellow Devil fight that Monkey's on now, you do come into it with pretty low health because of the damage boost you need to take. So you need to be very careful because a death here puts you all the way back at the beginning of the stage, and that's kind of one of those like minute and a half deaths, if not longer, that are really detrimental to a run. So these first two patterns are pretty easy. They're both the same, so it's easy to kind of avoid them as long as you know what you're doing. The third pattern, not so much. And I believe if he takes a hit from any part of Yellow Devil here, he will die, so he's going to be very careful. Okay, so he's insane. Good. Smart move.
Meanwhile, Tom keeping it true blue over in the needle screen.
True blue. Alright, Monkey should be able to finish. The interesting thing about Doc Needle is the two robot masters that you fight in here are the only two that take 2 damage from the Buster. The other ones take 1, and he tried to go behind him and get some free shots in, but you do still get pulled by those tornadoes there, so you got pulled right into him, takes a death there.
Yeah, it's possible to take the fight to the other side of him, but it is risky. I prefer to just stay on the left and, what would you call that? Erring on the side of caution.
Hey.
I saw
Precisely.
the death animation and I thought that he had killed him. I had it backwards though. Jerk, airman.
Yeah. That's a pretty costly death as well, because you have to go through this first half of Doc Needle is not short by any means.
Alright, Tired Monkey with a good first cycle on the clone. This should be a 2-cycle fight. Yes, very good.
Tom is awfully close.
You can do it. You can position yourself just right and kill him in 1 cycle. Nice airman, by the way.
Yeah.
Well done, Tom. KLM, have you gotten 1-cycle clones in a run yet? Please have an extra life.
I did, yeah. Actually, in my PB run, I did.
Nice. Yeah, KLM is the only runner out there doing 1-cycle clones. So check out that PB video if you want to see what that looks like. And Tom has the dubious honor of hitting double digits in deaths. It's not going to be the last time we see that this tournament. I have a feeling.
No, I would highly doubt it. Yeah. Monkey's coming into the refights here, which, I mean, I don't know how you do it, but I determine my order based on what kind of health I have coming into the refights. If I have full health, I would do a needle fight first. If I have kind of low health coming in after the garbage golems, I will do snake first and kind of work my way around. But
I generally, try to not get hit by the golems, and I'll go snake first. Because that can be a rough fight. But if it goes well, then I don't take a lot of damage, and then I have full health leaving it. And then I'll probably go shadow with the full health. Alright, so Tom is about to be out of the 16 Robot Masters.
Yep. So again, the same with Doc Air. Doc Crash will take 2 damage from the Buster shots, which is nice. Let's get a big fight too. Just no problem.
All right, congrats, Tom.
Good. Monkey's trying to decide where he wants to go. Finally decides on Magnet Man. Alright. I don't know if I agree with that one with this kind of health, but because this is exactly what happens. Okay.
And he should know better. He is a Magnet first runner. He doesn't take the D-boost? I mean, okay, so there's actually some logic to that, not taking the D-boost, because if he's trying to get health for that fight, for the next fight, that could make sense.
Yeah. No, I agree with what you did in the fight there. I just don't agree with going into that fight at that point.
He has an E-Tank, but he's going to want that for Wily Machine, just in case.
Absolutely.
Because as I know, I discovered this the hard way in a run once. You are not guaranteed an E-Tank at the beginning of Wily 5. You might get one from the question boxes,
but yeah.
You're not guaranteed one. Okay, so he is Monkey out of Gemini already?
Yes.
Has he already fought Gemini? Yes, he has. Okay, so he's through Gemini, he's through Hardman, so there's no chance of a soft lock. At this point, we can basically give this race to Monkey.
Well, again, like you said, I mean, he's got 1 E-Tank left. The Wily Machine fight can be done without an E-Tank. It's a very difficult fight to do so. If he has to, or if he decides to use his tank here for whatever reason, or even if he uses it on the machine fight and gets some bad movement and ends up taking a death there, I mean, it's something that he could get stuck on for a little bit. I don't expect it to happen from him, but again, it's certainly a possibility. So
yeah, that is a very good point.
He should be fine here getting out of the refights. The top man fight is pretty routine. Should be just fine here, and I believe this is his last one.
Tom showing off there that on the 5th turtle, you don't have to. If he escapes his shell, you don't have to shoot the shell. You just have to shoot the guts.
Turtle, yeah. Okay. So he is coming into the first phase of this fight is just pretty standard. Just trying to get as many shots into this turret while avoiding taking damage from the orbs, which he does a really good job with.
Yeah.
All right. He actually gets him to drop
Tired
right
Monkey
away.
is a runner who can do 2 jumps in 1 cycle and get shots off on both. So far, he's only been taking 1 jump.
Yeah.
But he's been landing 3 shots every time.
Which is pretty solid. I mean, that's what you want to do. I was thinking he might be doing that just to play it kind of on the safe side, just to make sure he finishes the fight. It's just smart.
Yeah, if you're trying to do this at home, a pretty good visual cue is as soon as that arm goes fully into the socket, that's when you want to jump and shoot. Now.
Yep. That's perfect timing. To land 3 shots every time.
Before, if you don't realize that, then this fight is just super frustrating because it's hard to time any other way because of all the lag involved from that gigantic sprite.
Yeah, and I haven't seen him do this fight any other way, so I don't think he's playing it safe. I think he's just doing it the way that he's used to doing it. But you know, either way, he finishes there. Very good.
Wow.
Very nice.
Oh wow, he does a tankless job there.
Yes, plenty of health to spare
And
too.
it's gonna be a easy 49 for him. Very nice.
Should be a gold split for him too. Yeah.
Very nice.
So that's actually the best he's ever done that fight. So good for him.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, and like I said, I've seen him go up and do 2 jump shots in one cycle, but when you try to do that, sometimes you end up with no shots.
You end up with no shots, and you also end up taking more damage that way too.
Right.
So, for those of you who aren't aware, the Buster does no damage whatsoever to either one of these forms, so it is within the rules to do the fight as you would normally. And he's done. 49-38.
Wow. Wow. I'm going to say it's a 37 just because that's the sacred number, as we all know. Yeah. Wow.
Very good.
What a start.
Yeah.
You nervous, Caleb?
I am nervous. I'm very nervous. I said that even before this run. That he was very concerned. So, no, shout outs to Monkey. I mean, he gets 3 gold splits during that run there. Puts in a sub 50 time, which, like I said, I mean, a sub 50 time is pretty much going to win you in any race here. So, really solid first run.
Meanwhile, Tom can definitely get a sub-hour here. You know, I would like for all of our races, all of our times to be sub-hour for this final stage. That would be a good look. It's not gonna happen. Okay, so let's watch this fight.
Interesting.
Right. So, to anybody who doesn't know this game, first of all, what a bizarre entry point this is for you. But hi. These clones, the top one is always the real one, and then after the first cycle, you don't know which one is going to be. It could be the top one again, it could be the middle one, it could be the bottom one.
Yep.
So there's a bit of trial and error involved after the first cycle.
Yeah. Alright, well,
Thank you, Victros. You just need Microsoft Paint and Notepad. Microsoft Notepad. Those are the tools of the stream.
it's amazing. I can barely write my name on Notepad, so that's impressive. Alright, so Tom's coming into the refights now. He gets that magic pixel slide over the gap there, which I wish there was a way to manipulate that, but it's always awesome when it happens. And he's going right into Needleman. He is not afraid, so let's see how he does it.
Wow.
Yeah, really sick.
So here's the thing: if you watch a video of somebody evading Needleman's patterns, you can be impressed. But any speedrunner knows that at the same time, you got to be dishing out the hits.
Right.
So Tom does an excellent job there, both of evading him and also getting the hits in a timely fashion.
It's good magnet fights, yeah. I will say this about Tom, though. It seems like
Wow.
he has really figured out the boss fights here, the Robot Master fights. Each one of these are looking really good so far.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what his Shadow Man strategy is. Yep. Looks like his Shadow Man strategy is just to count on slide every time.
Yeah.
And take the blade to the face when he gives you blade. As long as he doesn't give you a disproportionate amount of blades, you'll be fine.
Right. The thing I don't like about that strat, though, is if you try to stay far away from him, you can land a hit or two in as he's either sliding towards you or throwing a Shadow Blade, and also gives you the chance to slide under the Shadow Blades. But
ooh,
that fight works just as well. But like you said, if he's throwing blades at you every time, it's not going to work. But
no, yeah, if he throws blades at you every
that,
time.
I've never seen that it's once, but
yeah, I've seen it.
Alright. His health is a little low going into this hard fight, but I think he should be okay. How much damage those knuckles do? What, 4?
3. The knuckles do 3. It's one of those unexpected things that top man's tops do 4 damage, but hard man's knuckles do 3. But once you get the knuckle in your hands, then it does massive damage. It's just slow. Proto Man is weak to hard knuckle.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think 4 hard knuckles do him in.
Interesting.
We had Mr. Swede and I had a guy who would hang out in our streams last summer, and he asked us why we weren't using hard knuckle on Proto Man, and so I looked into it, and then I hacked the ROM. It's the only time I've ever hacked a ROM to make the hard knuckle super fast. And yep, it was a good strat if you have a hacked ROM with that characteristic.
I guess. I wonder if there's any, like, well, I'm sure people do it, but I guess with menuing and I don't know. Is there a quick way to make that faster? I'm gonna have to mess around.
I mean, if you were... No.
You know I'm gonna mess around with it, so... Take this from Kyle.
Don't tell anybody that I told you to.
Percy had.
Oh man, it looks like Tom might have done the thing I do where you jump up to shoot the question boxes just in case there's an E-tank in one of them. And then you slide down to the next screen before you even see what's in the box.
I was shooting those blocks for quite a while actually. I just recently stopped doing it.
Well yeah, I mean you're trying to... I mean don't say it too loudly. You know, you're trying to do the thing. So every second counts.
Okay, decides not to take any shots in that one.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he shot too early. And he's cornered.
I guess 3 there. He's taking a lot of damage though. I feel like if he were to use the slide a little bit more, just in general, you could probably cut a good like minute or 2 off of his time just from that. Notice that he doesn't slide a whole lot, which is that was interesting.
Good death. Good death. Better than an E-tank. He did not have enough hits in to justify using his E-tank.
That looked intentional?
Nice thing about this fight, it's very easy to take an intentional death very quickly.
Yeah, he's
jump right up into the
not
machine.
Shy about dishing out damage. That's for sure. There you go. Okay, good start. 3-3.
Ah, he's jumping just a little early. There it is.
That's good.
Monkey!
He's taking us to the circus over here.
Ah. Wow, I thought he jumped early there, but I heard the hits register. Alright. This... Oh, dang, where did he get all those E-tanks? Wow.
I have no idea, but, you know. Which, well, yeah, so why wouldn't... I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might have just
Maybe it
been
wasn't
like
an intentional death.
this movement, but, yeah. Well, I'll be able to finish this fight out now for sure.
Please, 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 he needs to... 3 hits on this jump, please, Tom. I want this sub-hour.
Got it. You got
Yes!
Got it. Alright.
I mean, it's still not guaranteed. Still not guaranteed sub-hour by any means.
It's gonna be close.
Like, not at all guaranteed. Also, I only really care about RaceBot. Because that's what's going to go in the bracket. And RaceBot is usually about 2 seconds slow, I want to say. And he has not typed anything into RaceBot yet. I'm nervous now.
He's going up top here. Okay.
Okay.
He's in.
So, GG, Tom,
Oh, he forgot to split on wire machine. That's bad. Alright.
Tom going for a strat. So basically, like Caleb said, Gamma is not weak to Buster. Some people maintain that you should not be able to use Rush Coil for that second cycle, since you can get up there by jumping on the hand, and so Tom demonstrating what that looks like. It's pretty nice to see another way of doing it. There's a lot of ways to do that fight, but none of them involve landing true Buster hits. Whew!
Right.
So, I'm gonna go take a peek at the bracket.
Pull it up. True top. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty solid. Pretty solid first race here, the final stage. You know, Monkey, incredible run.
Oh, I guess I should start the final stage, right? Okay, start the tournament. Sorry, Barn Owl. Okay. So, we have Monkey with an official RaceBot time of 49:46. And we have Tom with an official RaceBot time of, I'm gonna say 60:16.
60-16. Sounds good.
Instead of, because I think that'll look better in our thing. And the winner is Tired Monkey.
Yes, congratulations, Tired Monkey.
Alright, so I'm gonna pull up this bracket and we can see what's going on.
Pop up. So I can see.
Alright, y'all will be able to see this in 30 seconds. I'm resizing the window to make sure y'all don't see all my personal business like you did yesterday.
Yeah, we don't need any of that.
No.
Alright.
Alright. Here we go. So, this is the bracket. Tired Monkey is our first winner, so Tired Monkey advances to face KLM in round 2. Meanwhile, I will be competing against Light God. We are the number 3 and number 2 seeds respectively. Light finished with a 3-0 record, so he edged me out, but it didn't end up mattering at all. Haha! So we we race each other, and then the winners of those two will face each other. So that'll be over here. This will be kyleprecise versus tlyman630. Okay, right here in the winners bracket. So look forward to that. Meanwhile, Tom is our first entrant to the losers bracket, which the good news is he doesn't have to face KLM just yet, at least.
So that was a good thing, right? Did we determine that?
Yeah. So he will face the loser of Like God and kyleprecise.
All right.
So enjoy your snupster match between Tom and Like God here. Sorry, Like God, I have the mic, so I get to talk. I get to talk the trash. and then the bracket will continue. We're looking at 8 matches, maybe 9. We've got 1 in the books, and then that'll be that. So KLM, did you have anything else to say before we say congratulations one more time to both of these runners?
No, I'm really excited. Those were 2 really great runs. Stuck them out, finished them strong. Again, congratulations to T1redMonkey with the victory. I said from the very beginning that I'd rather face anybody but him because of the improvement that he's been having in this game in both categories. So, but either way, it should be both of these races should be very close, very fun, very entertaining. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and you guys will definitely enjoy the next ones for sure.
Yeah. So check out that link. There's a schedule at that link. You can find out when races are coming up. And that'll do it for today. So thanks for joining me, KLM.
Yeah, anytime.
And we're going to sign off.